UP Board of Regents had a vision to develop their true firstborn college that will spearhead national development through agriculture. Edwin B. Copeland, together with 7 faculty and 12 students, embarked on the journey to create the UP College of Agriculture, or UPCA. Through its 112 years of existence, the college has produced over 1,000 technologies and variety of plants and animals, 9 national scientists, over 30 outstanding young scientists, and more than 18,000 graduates contributing to agricultural development. UPCA, now College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, has been continuously contributing to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension function. A mere 10 years after establishment, the college was able to start breeding works with the production of sugarcane varieties with high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and filament cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace Prize. In the same decade, the C4 plants were developed. The soil test kits were produced in support of the Masagana 99 program, and the mango induction technique was introduced. Continuing the production of quality research outputs in the 1980s, techniques to minimize post-harvest losses, the accelerated fish sauce manufacturing process, and the rapid test kit for the detection of pesticide residue on vegetables were developed. The 1990s saw many new varieties across species or crop types, including Sinta papaya, the first Philippine-bred hybrid, UPLB Gold, a durian variety, and Doña Amelita, a musaenda named after the wife of former President Fidel Ramos. The award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer Scientist RDE Training Program, or FSTP, was also established around this time and still remains as one of the university's primary extension programs. In the field of instruction, the book titled Integrating Sustainable Agriculture in the BSA Curriculum, the UPLB College of Agriculture Experience, was published in 1999. At present, the College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, continues to be the premier institution of higher learning in agriculture and food science, and remains committed to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension programs. In order to produce the best graduates, all of our courses are outcomes-based education, and continuous improvement of the curriculum is being practiced to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As testament of excellence, CAFS is constantly recognized by different organizations. In research, we continue to implement relevant studies with focus on the 12 priority commodities to address food security. Moreover, technologies are constantly developed to aid in responsible food production. Supplementing these are extension activities to disseminate the knowledge generated to improve food productivity and livelihood of the people. We believe that present technologies will future-proof our food systems. Some of our notable developments are iDetect, Coraginam, Plant Health and Pest Clinic, Pest Management Tools and Techniques, Smarter Pest Identification Technology or SpeedTech, Snap Hydroponics, Drone Technology, Rapid Immunofilter Assay for Virus Indexing, Nanofertilizers Fertigrow, Hormogrow, Nanobiosensors, Biochar. We at the College of Agriculture and Food Science will continue to promote and nurture a culture with innovative yet conscientious minds and cutting-edge skills to lead and serve the country and the region. We are one college with one goal towards sustainable food systems.
All right. Good morning to all our guests, panelists, and participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. I am Kim Suministrado, Science Research Specialist from Institute of Crop Science, College of Agriculture and Food Science, and I would like to welcome all of you to the episode 3 of Rice Science and Technology webinar series brought to you by College of Agriculture and Food Science in partnership with Philippine Rice Research Institute as part of the celebration of National Rice Awareness Month. We are currently live streaming on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel of UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science, and I am encouraging everyone to please like, subscribe, and share the official page and our live streams to bring our program to a wider audience. Again, magandang umaga sa lahat ng nanonood at mga kasama natin sa araw na ito. Before we start, I would like to mention some house rules to ensure that our program will flow as smooth as we want it. I would like to remind everyone to please keep your microphone muted at all times unless called to speak. If you have questions, you may raise your hand or type your message in the chat box or comment section. Again, thank you very much for being a part of this program. From the previous episodes, we have heard about the current situation of the Philippine rice industry and learned about rice integrated crop management systems. We are now on the episode 3 of our program, and for today, we will be hearing from our esteemed speaker about climate-smart rice engineering technologies. I know you are all excited to learn and to know about the current technologies that we have for the rice industry. To start our session for today, I would like to call on the Director of Dairy Training and Research Institute of College of Agriculture and Food Science, Dr. Amado A. Angeles, to give us an opening remarks. Dr. Angeles, the virtual floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Nagulat ba kayo? Ganun ho talaga pag nag-rice-based breakfast. At nawa ho, bago kayo mag-log in dito sa ating Zoom for today's webinar, ay somehow nakapag-almusal po kayo, no? Whether tuyo man yan o kaya po ay piniritong galunggong na tira kagabi o kaya man po ay tapa kung may pambili o hotdog or longganisang Ilocos or Lukban kaya. At syempre, dapat may mainit na kape, no? Kape ng Batangas or Cavite o kaya tsokolate, no? At of course, huwag niyong kalilimutan ang gatas sa D3. Ayan. At syempre, sa gitna po ng hapag, no, hapag natin sa ating lamesa o kaya man sa gitna ng ating pinggan ay ang malasang bigas na whether steamed or yan man po ay sinangag na dinagdagan mo pa ng piniritong bawang. Mas masaya po ang ating umaga. At siguro marahil pag kumakain kayo, tinatanong nyo saan ba nanggaling itong bigas na niluto ni nanay at kinakain ko ngayon. Bakit ba itong malabsak? Bakit ba itong matigas? Bakit ba napakaputi? Or ma-brown-brown kaya? Or bakit mapula-pula o maitim? No? At siguro ito ay gawa sa Gapan, Nueva Ecija, o kaya sa Japan, o kaya sa Vietnam. At siguro din kung medyo malalim ang inyong umaga at malalim yung iniisip, ano na ba ang kontribusyon ng kosto ng bigas na itong kinakain ko sa total cost ng aking almusal? Bakit ba tumataas ang presyo? Bakit bumababa ang presyo? Bakit umiinti na yung kinakain nating bigas? Bakit kailangang i-regulate ko ang pagkain ng bigas? At of course, this webinar series focused on rice will really refresh us, no, on this particular commodity that is already part of our culture. At marahil maganda na malaman natin kung ano na ba ang kasalukuyang kalagayan ng rice industry, ano ba ang kontribusyon nito sa sustansyang kinakain natin araw-araw. At ano ba ang kontribusyon nito sa Philippine GDP, no? At ito ba ay lumalago? Ito ba ay lumalaki, no? Or nawawala na ba? At of course, for us in the science and technology sector, kailangan sigurong pag-usapan ano ba yung mga pamamaraan para mapataas pa natin yung yield, no? At nang sa gayon hindi tayo nangangailangan ng maraming dolyar para mag-import pa ng staple food natin. I'm quite hopeful that we will be talking some issues on the policies that we have to really look into and probably try to refine those policies that will directly affect the rice industry. In behalf of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, we would like to welcome you to the part 3 of this webinar series on rice. Bilang pag-alala po sa buwan, no, ng bigas sa Pilipinas. At palagi po nating, I think, no, one way or another, nalaman natin yung saying na bawal magtira ng isang butil na bigas sa ating plate, no? Kasi magagalit yung mga magsasaka. And we always say, ang palay po ay buhay. Good morning, everyone.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Angeles. I agree with you that rice is a very important part of our lives. Ayan, I would like to remind everyone to please sign the attendance sheet for today's session posted in the chat box and the comment section. I am also reminding everyone that if you can complete all the episodes of our webinar series, you can have 8 CPD points. And now, let us all watch a short video as Dr. Karen Eloisa Baroga, Deputy Executive Director of PhilRice, gives us an introduction on what this webinar series is all about.
We're Pinoys and we all love rice, and it's one of the most talked about topic in the literature and the media. With tons of rice information available to us 24/7, it's important to know which are facts and which are not. The question is, how can we as scholars and members of the science and technology community access rice science-based information? Why is PhilRice liaising with partner academic institutions? More importantly, how can we be better prepared if and when asked about rice? And this is exactly what we want to tell you in this Rice Science and Technology webinar series. Aside from the month of November being the National Rice Awareness Month, we want to initiate change in the awareness of students and faculty on rice and agriculture, particularly in its contribution to food security and the economy. Communicating the new findings in rice science and technology is very important, especially in molding young minds who will be the next generation of rice scientists in the country. In this series, we will provide you with knowledge and tools that will elevate your understanding of the rice industry and the work that Phil Rice does with its partners. In this webinar series, we hope to provide you with knowledge and tools that will help elevate your knowledge of the rice industry, and also what we do with our partners to help address challenges such as hunger, climate change, and poverty, and more. With the able help of our field rice experts, you will be learning about critical rice industry statistics and be acquainted of the different technologies that we are developing and using to help take up farming and reduce drudgery. You will also learn how our government is capacitating our rice farmers to be more competitive. And finally, you will appreciate that as student or as youth or as faculty member of the university, you can contribute to our shared aspiration of a rice-secure Philippines. Happy learning and happy National Rice Awareness Month.
Thank you very much, Dr. Karen Eloisa Baroga. Moving forward, allow me to introduce our speaker for this episode. He had been developing technologies for the farmers for almost 3 decades now, which led to awards and acclamations. He is a scientist and a supervising SRS at Phil Rice, whose inventions focus on climate change, which includes finding ways on how to help the Filipino farmers overcome challenges of climate change such as droughts, floods, and typhoons, and how to increase their income through value-adding technologies. One of his famous works include the continuous type rice hull carbonizer, which utilizes rice hull instead of fuel. This machine is useful for seedbed preparation, organic fertilizer, soil conditioner, and others. Without further ado, let me call on our resource speaker today, Dr. Ricardo Dong Orje.
Magandang araw. Welcome to our Rice Science and Technology webinar series. I'm Ricardo Orje from the Rice Engineering and Mechanization Division of Phil Rice. Today, I will be talking about climate-smart rice engineering technologies. Siguro, damang-dama natin ang climate change at we are all affected sa mga events like strong typhoons, extreme drought, La Nina, which often results to floods, temperature rise, rainfall variability, saltwater intrusion. So, isa sa mga sektor na affected nito ay ang agriculture, particularly sa rice, because rice is a climate-sensitive crop. At itong mga minimension kong factors ay ito yung mga may kinalaman doon sa losses ng ating rice production. I'm including even saltwater intrusion because we have rice fields near coastal areas, and with this rise in seawater level as predicted, it is expected na may mga rice fields na di na affected. Strong typhoons ay naramdaman na rin natin. In fact, madalas ito naging part na sa ating buhay ang typhoon, but this time we are experiencing strong typhoons. Okay? If we notice in our rice production from 1990 to 2018 or at present, there are some losses or reductions in expected palay production. At karamihan dito, in fact, all of this ay may kinalaman ang climate. In 1998, for example, that was the time we were experiencing El Nino, strong El Nino. Maraming mga rice fields na natutuyuan. And in 2010, I think this was the time that typhoons or continuous rains were experienced during the time when most of the rice fields are ready to harvest. Ganon din sa 2016. These are all climate related. Kung titingnan natin sa ibang bansa, for example in the US, yung mga depressions doon sa graph ay karamihan din dito ay climate related, like droughts and floods. Okay, in this presentation, I will be talking specifically on the engineering technologies, kung paano natin malalabanan si climate change. But in a nutshell, there are basic strategies that is highlighted dito sa mga technologies na ito. In fact, paano mag-cope up sa climate change, ma-classify lang itong mga strategies into 3. One is the diversification of farming activities or the diversification of sources of income. I will be talking about palayamanan, and which covers rice plus other crops or mixed farming. I will be also talking about value addition, food processing as other sources of income. Then second is use of resilience enhancing technologies. These are technologies that address climate related challenges or threats. I'll be talking technologies related to machines, enhance timeliness of operation. Technologies that we classify as do-it-yourself type technologies, something that we farmers themselves can do so as to capacitate them. Okay. Also integration. The idea is to maximize or extend the function of one technology, make it more so as to optimize investments, reduce risks, and to have that synergy effect. So halos ito yung kinakover ng mga technologies that I will be presenting. Okay? So in a nutshell, ito po yon. Sa typhoons, we'll be talking about how we deal with typhoons, droughts, or continuous rains, rise in temperature, changing rainfall patterns, and saltwater intrusion. And on the right side is the climate smart engineering technologies. For example, for typhoons, we have typhoon resistant structures and mechanized operations, particularly harvesting and post-harvest operations, so as to make sure na timely yung perform natin sa mga operations natin. For the drought, of course, we have water-saving technologies, efficient irrigation systems. I include fuel-saving technologies because during drought season, we are heavy on pumping water from the ground if there are still water in the ground, and we make use of machines or fuel, gasoline or diesel as sources of fuel. So during periods of continuous rains, we have water harvesting technologies and some other technologies related to this. So these are in general how these technologies are described. Okay, to save on time, I will now go to the specifics. Okay, isa sa mga pinopromote talaga namin ngayong may climate change na ay mag-diversify ng mga farming activities and promoting integrated rice-based farming system wherein rice is the main crop and farmers also grow other crops to maximize and other commodities to diversify investments, sources of food and income, or maximize income from the same piece of land farmers are tilling. So it has become a platform. So palayamanan, nandyan si rice, nandyan din ang ibang crops. So ang ating mga technologies ay naka-cater din, naka-design din based on this platform. So during periods wherein it's predicted that the supply of water is becoming scarce. So it's too risky to plant rice kasi kung mag-prepare sila ng field, mag-invest sila sa land preparation, and then pag nasa kalagitnaan mawalan ng tubig, so malulugi din sila. So in most cases we advise farmers to temporarily set aside rice production at mag-plant muna ng vegetables and other short duration crops or high value crops to maximize use of limited supply of water. So ito po yung pinaka-idea ng palayamanan. Okay. So maraming benefits ang palayamanan. There's continuous source of food, higher income and economic stability kasi maraming pagkakakitaan ang farmer. Kung mag-fail yung rice because nabaha or naglodge or nabagyo, meron pang ibang pwedeng pagkakakitaan. Increased farm productivity and sustainability because sa rice production, hindi naman talaga full-time lahat ng time magagamit ng farmer. Marami siyang extra time for other income-generating activities. So, reduce production and financial risk kasi meron pa siyang ibang mga activities na maging source ng pagkakakitaan. Maximize use of land, better resource allocation. Yes, in palayamanan, magagamit pati mga maliliit na bakanting space. And enhance diversity and ecological balance. Okay. So ito yung typical na components ng palayamanan. Nandyan si rice, nandyan din ang vegetables. Usually, we encourage farmers kung may maipong tubig, engage in aquaculture, raising of freshwater fish, tilapia, or integrate ducks, same piece of land, integrate lang si duck, plus vegetables, short duration crops, fruits, and backyard type pig raising or poultry raising. So ito yung mga isang picture set up sa palayamanan sa field rice Central Experiment Station rice. Nandoon yung gulay, lettuce plus other kangkong, tapos may gabi, and here mas malalim dito sa gilid, dito yung tilapia. Pero minsan si tilapia pwede rin siyang mamamasyal doon sa gabi kasi may tubig naman doon. At may mga sources ng food din ang fish. Okay, let's now proceed to these technologies, climate smart technologies. Isa sa mini-mention ko dito ay ang alternate wetting and drying. So ito yung pagpuproduce ng rice, hindi siya kagaya noong conventional na halos flooded yung field. May standing water sa field all the time. So dito na-reduce yung water requirement ng rice production. So it's about water management, which is still covered by agricultural engineering discipline. So dito hindi kailangang palaging may standing water. There's an observation well na yun naging ginagamit para ma-observe yung paglalim, yung water level sa ilalim ng surface. So this is a mature technology developed by ERI and partner agencies, Field Rice at iba pa. At marami nang nag-a-adapt sa technology na ito. So water is supplied only when water level thresholds are reached. So usually pag nasa 15 cm below surface na saka pa mag-apply ng tubig hanggang sa babalik sa 5 cm na standing water. Okay. This reduced water requirement by 15 to 30% without significant yield loss. At isa sa magandang effect nito ay na-minimize din yung methane emission sa rice production kasi isa ang rice production contributor ng greenhouse gas sa atmosphere. Ang isa pa ay itong aerobic rice production. So the idea of aerobic rice production, hindi siya variety kundi paraan ng pagtatanim ng palay na kagaya ng paraan ng pagtanim ng corn. So growing rice under non-flooded conditions, no paddling, saturation, dryland preparation, and direct dry seeding. So, dito sa aerobic rice, ito yung tinitingnan natin ngayon kasi ang predictions ay magkaroon ng kakulangan ng tubig in the next years to come. Kaya rice, napaka-heavy ang gamit ng tubig. Kailangang tingnan natin ito kasi mas malaki ang ma-reduce ng tubig dito sa aerobic rice production kaysa AWD. Sa pagtatanim ng palay, malaki ang nagagamit na tubig sa land preparation. Kaya isa sa mga pinopromote ngayon ay itong laser land leveling. Nile-level yung lupa habang tuyo. Kasi ang conventional way of land leveling is may tubig na pinapadal at siya yung guide, yung water level, siya yung guide para maging level yung mga pinitak. Okay. So, there's potential reduction in water by 10 to 20% and promotes uniform distribution of water. So, itong laser land leveling, nagagamit ito doon sa not only in aerobic rice production but doon sa conventional way of producing rice na flooded. Pero doon lang sa land prep siya, dry land preparation lang. And we are now starting to study the use of drip irrigation system dito sa aerobic rice production. At bagamat mahal yung initial investment, we are trying to make some ways on how farmers could recover the investments. Sa dito yung after rice, pwedeng mag-involve ang farmers sa high value crops production para ma-maximize yung gamit ng drip irrigation system. So, base sa mga pag-aaral, mas malaki ang matitipid at pati ang dito sa drip irrigation system, mai-integrate din yung pag-apply ng nutrients through fertigation. At dito rin, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng sprinkler irrigation system. In fact, we have tried developing a giant sprinkler which can cover 1/4 hectare, isang setting, para at least ma-minimize yung paggalaw-galaw noong or pag-install ng maraming sprinkler heads. So, mahal na ngayon ang fuel. Isa sa mga basic requirement ng rice production ay yung tubig. So, during periods of drought or extreme drought, hanggang may mapampa na tubig sa ground ay ginagamitan ng irrigation pump. So, isa sa mga technologies na na-develop related dito ay yung rice hull gasifier engine pump system. So, imagine natin si pump nag-ooperate na instead na gasoline ang fuel ay rice hull ang fuel. But of course, there are components installed to utilize this rice hull in such a way na magamit siya as fuel noong gasoline engine. So in this setup is composed of 16 horsepower gasoline engine with 4-inch diameter centrifugal pump. So may 8 to 10 liters per second pump discharge. Nagkukonsume siya ng 17 kilogram rice hull per batch. So isang batch umaabot ng 2 hours operation. At isang kagandahan dito, ang kanyang byproduct ay rice hull biochar or carbonized rice hull na maraming gamit sa palayamanan. Later, I will discuss this in detail. So, nasa pilot testing stage na po ito. Of course, marami ng commercially available na irrigation systems na kung saan ginagamitan ng renewable energy source. For example, sa wind at saka sa solar energy. Na isa sa mga kinakailangan ngayong technology for mechanized harvesting ng rice, tinatawag nating rice combine or rice combine harvester. Hindi na pwede ngayon na mano-mano yung pag-ani because it will take time at baka maabutan pa ng tuloy-tuloy na pag-ulan o bagyo, yung mga ready to harvest rice fields. So with this machine combines the cutting, yung pagpuputol ng panikel at pagtitres, clean hanggang sa ang product na iuwi ng farmer ay yung threshed na paddy grains ready for drying. So with this, can have mabilis ang harvesting, timely, para hindi maabutan ng mga bagyo. Can also have a reduced post-harvest losses base sa pag-aaral. Malaki ang mai-reduce niya kumpara doon sa manual harvesting, and reduced cost of harvesting kumpara sa manual practice. Mahirap na rin ngayon umaasa sa sun drying. So, mechanical dryers are needed kasi para hindi na tayo maging dependent sa weather. Makapag-dry lang kung mag-sun drying, of course, kailangan nating init ng araw. Ang usually nangyayari ngayon ay kahit sa tingin natin ay mainit, nandyan si araw, pero hindi natin alam, bigla na lang uulan. Bubuhos ang malakas na ulan at nasisira na yung palay na binibilang. So with this technology, ma-reduce yung grain losses kasi kung ma-dry na yung palay na pinapatuyo na mabasa uli, napakalaki ang chance na karoon ng broken grains pag imimil. So with this technology, ma-ensure natin yung good quality dried paddy rice na pwedeng magkaroon ng magandang presyo kumpara doon sa fresh. So, during periods of continuous rains, ang tendency ng stored na palay ay mag-absorb ng moisture because rice grains are hygroscopic. Ibig sabihin, nag-absorb siya ng moisture if exposed sa humid environment. So, merong technology tayong na-develop, yung hermetic storage. Of course, there is imported counterpart, medyo may kamahalan, although kaya naman ito ng mga mayayaman na farmers. But we also develop a local version na siyang affordable sa ating mga, particularly sa mga seed growers, na siyang usually sila yung nag-store ng paddy grains for seeds. So, the idea in this technology is in-store yung palay under airtight condition, hermetic, it's airtight. So, ibig sabihin yung grains ay nakulob. As long as it is dry, hindi siya masisira. Dry, habang naka-store siya, the grains are living kasi for seeds. Nagre-respire din sila and they consume oxygen doon sa air sa loob. And with that process, nag-reduce yung oxygen concentration ng air sa loob, sa container, kahit na humid pa yung labas, hindi affected. And with that reduction in oxygen content, there's rise in carbon dioxide content. Kung tingnan natin yung process ng respiration, baliktad doon sa process ng photosynthesis. So, kukonsume si oxygen, may byproduct na carbon dioxide, which is beneficial yan sa seeds na nakastore. Pero kung sakaling initially, nung store may bukbok na yung seeds, mamamatay or maging inactive si bukbok pag nasa low oxygen at high carbon dioxide condition na yung loob ng hermetic storage. Ngayong malalakas na ang bagyo, isa sa mga usual na cause ng damage yung mga nasisirang pinag-imbakan ng palay or yung cause ng losses ni farmer ay yung nasirang mga palay na iniimbak sa isang structure. So, our lessons from Yolanda, napakalakas ang bagyo na pati pala bubong ay lumilipad. At ito yung nagbigay ng signal upang pag-aralan ng field rice yung paano makabuo ng na hilan pero resistant sa strong typhoons. So kuwebo, we call it kuwebo from the words kuweba and kubo. Kubo dahil madali siyang gawin. Pero kuweba, something na ang idea ay with structural integrity ng cave na kaya niyang labanan yung mga strong typhoons. Kuwebo was designed such a way na ma-maximize yung gamit ng mga unskilled workers. Kasi yung panahon ng Yolanda, ang isang problemang naramdaman doon ay nagkaroon ng kakulangan sa karpentero. Siyempre, pag-repair ng mga bahay, unahin ng karpentero yung bahay niya. Kasi siya lang ang nakakaalam. But with this, maximizes use of unskilled workers, so makaparticipate yung mga ibang members ng community. It also maximize use of indigenous materials. Reinforce siya ng bamboo made of prefabricated parts. Kung napansin nyo itong mga curved parts, yan na yun, bamboo coated with cement, pero may screen siya na nakabalot din to enhance nung bonding ng concrete at saka yung reinforcement. Itong tao na nasa gilid ay just to simple way of checking kung matibay ba yung prefabricated part na yan. Okay. May mga ginagawa tayo just to pilot test this design. Isa ay yung ginagamit ngayon sa mushroom production. So, kung napapansin nyo, itong nasa kaliwang part, ayan yung skeleton pa na assemble na prefabricated parts. Tapos after that, lalagyan ng screen, tapos patsi-patsian hanggang sa mabuo yung wall at saka roof. So you notice na curve yung roof kasi may inherent property yung arc or yung dome to resist forces caused by strong typhoons. Okay, isa sa madaling gawin ngayon yung mag-ipon ng tubig sa panahon na tuloy-tuloy ang ulan. Okay? At gamitin ito para pang-irrigate sa panahon na tagtuyot. Okay? So, hindi siya complicated na technology, but also has something to do with management of water during the time na excessive si tubig dahil tuloy-tuloy ang ulan. At maaring di itong source ng added income ng farmer kasi habang nandyan yung tubig, pwede tayong mag-alaga ng freshwater fish kagaya ng tilapia. Sa mga panahon na hindi kailangang magtanim ng ibang crops dahil may kakulangan sa supply ng tubig, pwede nating i-consider itong isang variant ng drip irrigation system. It's locally developed. At tinatawag nating capillary irrigation or in short capillary irrigation system kasi gumagamit siya ng wick pabilo as means for dispensing water katapat doon sa dripper or emitter ng drip irrigation system. So, yung close-up, napansin niyo yung close-up dito, just imagine merong stable source of water nasa maliit na kanal. So, doon sa dulo ay may float valve doon, may isang timba na nag-control noong water level nito. So, ang water level ng timba, ito na yung water level. So, kahit magbawas tayo ng tubig dito, dahil dadaloy dyan ang tubig sa pabilo, automatically mag-replenish yung nabawas na tubig doon sa timba. So, that's the idea of capillary irrigation system. Do-it-yourself type para si farmer na mismo ang gagawa para mapababa ang cost of establishing this system. Magagamit din yung mga recycled materials. Halimbawa, yung mga used tarpaulin. Okay. Pwede rin yung mga sa pabilo, pwede na rin yung used na cotton shirts. Pupunit-punitin at naging daluyan. Dito sa left side ng na picture, napansin nyo yung blue, yung pabilo nilagay lang doon sa used na drinking straw para medyo titigas at saka ma-minimize din yung evaporation habang dadalo yung tubig dito sa pabilo. So, base sa pag-aaral, napakababa ang water requirement, ang water discharge sa bawat pabilo na nasa 30 to 50 ml per hour lang compared sa drip. Usually, ang pinakababa sa drip nasa mga 800, ang pinakamataas nasa 3,000 ml per hour. The operating pressure is very low kasi hanggang doon lang kung ano lang yung level ng tubig. Kaya kung napansin nyo, yung tangke, hindi na kailangan lagyan pa ng stand. Okay. So here is the, nandoon yung float valve na siya nag-control ng water level dito sa kanal na ito. And the good thing is, pwede siya, continuous talaga siya. Walang valves to open or close dahil nga mababa ang emitter discharge. And it can be used for subsurface application dahil ang dulo ng pabilo ay pwede na diretso ibaon doon sa root zone ng halaman. No need to filter the water unlike doon sa drip irrigation system. So sa mga panahon na may mga lugar na flood prone talaga, palaging may tubig yung mga yung lugar na yun. To make it productive, meron ding tinatawag nating floating gardens. So with this, maging productive yung mga waterlogged areas or flood-prone areas. Ang idea lang dito, magkaroon man lang ng pagkain sa household, sapat na pagkain. Maaring hindi nila magawa ito in larger scale, but during times of calamities, may immediate na source ng food ang households. So marami ng mga pag-aaral dito, iba-ibang vegetables ang tinatanim. May isa nga sa mga kasama namin, sinasabi may sinigang model daw. So lahat ng rekado ng sinigang nandyan, si gulay, tapos yung isisigang si tilapia nasa ilalim ng floating garden. Hulihin na lang. So we include hydroponics technology kasi dito mapababa yung water requirement. So, malaking bagay siya sa mga panahon na supply of water is very scarce. In fact, pwede rin siya sa mga tuloy-tuloy na pag-ulan kasi pwede siya indoor. And it also maximize use of space. At dito na i-provide na yung nutrients doon sa plant. So, halos pag ma-operate na siya, halos minimal na lang yung attention na kailangan. So, isa sa mga strategy natin dito sa kung paano kikita si farmer pa ay yung value addition. So, merong dinevelop ang field rice, itong tinatawag na continuous type rice hull carbonizer. Yung nabanggit ko kanina na palayamanan, maraming gamit yung carbonized rice hull. And the existing practice ay nasasayang lang yung init. But with this CTRH carbonizer, the heat is recovered for value-adding operations or for food processing, while rice hull is being processed into biochar. It can operate in continuous mode, hindi kagaya ng existing practice na batch type na pagka-uling nung isang batch, sisindihan uli and then kung gustong ulitin na lang. And with this, ma-minimize yung exposure ng workers sa heat and sa smoke. In fact, this equipment operate with almost smokeless emission. Dahil yung emission sinusunog mo na bago ilalabas sa chimney. Si carbonized rice hull or rice hull biochar, maraming gamit sa palayamanan. The most popular one is as soil conditioner. Pwede rin siyang bedding materials sa poultry and livestock. Dito nasusuppress yung amoy. So, carbonized rice hull is a good absorbent na absorb yung urine, yung manure, and once saturated, kinokolekta lang yan at ina-apply doon sa vegetable garden as additional source of nutrients. Now, the carbonized rice hull also is a good growing medium for milky mushroom. And it's also a good seedbed material for rice seedlings. Dito, kung madaling ma-segregate, madaling bunutin si seedlings pag ginagamitan ng carbonized rice hull. It's also an ingredient sa fertilizer, organic fertilizer, also in good ingredient in treating wastewater. So the idea of the CTR's carbonizer is to make use of the heat para i-process yung mga products sa palayamanan. Kasi kung gulay yan, it's highly perishable, or fish, highly perishable. Kung i-process yan, aside from having higher value, mas mataas ang income ni farmer, mas hahaba din yung shelf life. So, pwedeng makapaghintay ng mas magandang presyo sa market. So, marami nang na-produce na products from this carbonizer generated heat. So, si carbonizer may attachment siyang oven wherein we can roast chicken, roast tilapia, and we also have tried baked products. In fact, pandesal na try namin, macaroons. We have also tried in our site in Quezon, Alabat, Quezon. Ginamit siya to produce as heat source ng cocoa sugar production. Okay. And the most popular one ay as a heat source for pasteurizing mushroom fruiting bags. At ito ay ginamit sa pagluto ng salted eggs. Okay, value addition pa yun. Isa sa mga binanggit ko kanina, yung mag-add ng value, mag-create ng value sa yung akala natin ng mga waste. Hindi kaya ma-integrate siya doon sa iba-ibang mga operations within sa farm, particularly sa palayamanan. For example, sa case ng rice straw, ang common practice is i-compost siya. So, dadaan siya sa para makapag-produce ng compost. Okay? Pero, to maximize the value of rice straw, mas nakikita namin, mas maganda yung practice, gamitin mo na siyang substrate sa mushroom production, patubuan ng mushroom. Pag ma-harvest na yung mushroom, yung spent substrate na yun ay halos partially decomposed na. Pwede na siyang pupunta doon sa vermicomposting. At meron ka ng vermicompost or vermicast. Or saka na lang dadalhin doon sa composting. The same concept, kung gamitin mo si carbonizer, marami siyang link doon sa iba-ibang activities within the farm, particularly sa palayamanan. For example, yung mga byproducts from rice hull, from rice production, isa na dito rice hull. So, pwede nating i-carbonize yung carbonized material or rice hull biochar, pupunta doon sa swine production as bedding material. So, kung yung masaturate na ng urine or manure, saka pa pupunta sa vegetable production as soil conditioner. Okay. Yung heat naman, pwede siyang paggamitin sa other income generating activities ng farmer. One is mushroom production. Others could be, this heat could be used in baking, roasting, pasteurizing, which could provide farmers added income opportunity. So ito pa, isa sa mga tinitingnan, this is a work in progress. Hopefully we can pilot test it next year doon na mismo sa mga farmers. The idea is yung mag-raise ng baboy sa yung shelter niya, hindi yung nililipad ng bagyo. Something that could withstand strong typhoons. Kasi experiences doon sa Yolanda, hindi lang naman tao ang namamatay, hindi lang na-report, pero maraming mga hayop ang namamatay dahil ang unang mga nililipad, yung mga shelter din nila. So once exposed to continuous rains, malalamig na sila, mamamatay din yung kahit manok at saka mga baboy. So in here, we try to develop shelter na hindi ganun kalaki just to resist strong typhoons. Naka-integrate yung ibang components like vegetable production at mushroom production. I will discuss this in the next slide. So ito yung picture ng setup. In fact, nakapagpalaki kami at naibenta yan. Naabutan lang ng pandemic, yung ASF din. So the idea is, this structure has a garden at the top. Ang purpose ng garden is not just for raising vegetables, but to insulate yung inhabitant from the heat of the sun. So, insulator yung garden. Next, the garden is installed with capillary irrigation system to make it self-irrigating. So, nandyan na yung system, it maintains ng lupa na moist, pati yung wall moist. So, in effect, there's evaporative cooling that helps lower down the temperature of the air inside this structure. Okay. So, the pig pen can easily be converted in the growing chamber for mushrooms dahil medyo malamig yung loob, kayang tutubo si mushroom. And it has also an opening at the center with a removable chimney for enhanced ventilation para ma-manage yung ammonia caused doon sa dala ng manure ng mga baboy. And in fact, we were quite successful. Ito yung result ng mga trials namin. We can grow mushrooms from this pig pen. Okay? So, that's the idea of integration. Okay, that's my last slide. Sa mga detalye, yung may contact, yung PhilRice Tech Center, kung may mga tanong na specific dito sa mga technologies na i-present, please feel free to contact us. And also, I understand merong iti-devote tayong time ng live Q&A wherein I and Dr. Jasper may be present to answer your questions. That's all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Orhe, for that very informative presentation. We truly are affected by the climate change, and we would like to thank you for thinking of ways or strategies to help the rice industry to cope with climate change. Right, before we proceed, I would like to invite our panelists to open their cameras for a photo opportunity. I would like to request for the assistance of our online photographer for this very short photo opportunity. And while we're waiting for our panelists to open their camera, I would like to acknowledge the participants from different institutions. And we would like to say hi to the RCEF trainees joining us today who are at the University of Southern Mindanao, Cabacan. We also have participants from, of course, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, from PhilRice, from Laguna State Polytechnic University, from DA Regional Field Office. We also have participants from Mindanao State University, Visayas State University, and from different LGUs. I would also like to say hi to all our viewers today in the Facebook live stream and in the YouTube channel. All right, so are we ready for the photo opportunity? Okay. Everybody smile. Are we good?
Okay na po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Arthur. Going back, I am now opening the virtual floor for the question and answer portion. For everyone in the Zoom and those who are watching in our live streams, you may type your questions in the chat box or in the comment section. And again, I would like to remind everyone that if you complete the webinar series, ay maaring makatanggap ng 8 CPD points. And do not forget to sign the attendance sheet and the evaluation form at the end of the webinars. Right, so may I invite Dr. Dong Orhe to the virtual floor for the question and answer portion. Okay, so may we see some questions here? Ayan. So we have here one question. So, ang dami na po palang options na mga farmers natin para sa mga farmers para mas makasabay sa epekto ng pabago-bagong panahon. Nakita ko pong maganda at promising ang AWD. Pero ano po kaya ang dahilan bakit sa kabila ng mga advantages, maraming farmers ang hindi nagpa-practice nito? Paano po kaya ito mas mapapalaganap?
Hello? Dinig po ba ako?
Yes po.
Ah, unang-una, medyo mahina signal dito. Nandito ako sa training ng mga RCEF participants from BARM. Gusto ko lang muna i-recognize sila from provinces of Tawi-Tawi, Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur at Sulu. So, good morning po. Nanonood po sila sa presentation. Ngayon, tungkol sa tanong, ang AWD kasi kung ang service area natin, ang farm natin ay service ng part ng NIA irrigation system, may mga complications involved, kailangang may participation doon sa Hello?
Yes po.
Kailangan may involvement dito sa mga community irrigators, yung mga farmers na involved na pag-manage noong irrigation system sa community. Pero doon sa mga independent, kagaya ng mga rain-fed na hawak nila ang pagpapatubig, sila mismo ang nang-manage ng patubig using irrigation pump, madali nilang gawin ang AWD. Ang mga problema lang, mga challenges dito ay siyempre kung magpa-pump sila, gagamit sila ng mga diesel, gasoline na siyang may dagdag na kagastusan. So hindi siya ganon kadali na i-adapt kung ang mga source ng irrigation ay part ng system ng NIA. Pero may mga efforts ngayon na ginagawa related dito. Thank you.
Alright. Thank you po, Sir Dong. Do you have any more? Ayan, mayroon tayong isa pang question, sir. Ilang years po nagtatagal ang kuwebo? Saan-saan na po mayroong ganito? At kumusta po ang feedback ng mga farmers na nag-try na ito?
Ang pinakaluma na kuwebo ay yung nasa Field Rice that was built in 2015. Okay pa naman sa ngayon. Habang nandyan siya, actually continuing yung testing ng kuwebo. Kumbaga, nung kinonstruct siya, minomonitor yung structural integrity. So, yung nasa palayamanan area namin, may kuwebo doon, tuwing may bagyo o may lindol, ine-inspect din namin. So far naman, wala namang signs ng parang masabi natin na delikado siya na structure. Yung sa farmers ay mga 2017 yata yung pinakauna. So far naman wala kaming nakikitang mga serious na problem. In fact, yung isang site sa rice-based community namin sa Zaragoza, merong isang kuwebo doon used for mushroom production. Noong nagkaroon ng malakas na bagyo, Ulysses yata yon, na nabali yung isang malaking sanga ng mangga at napunta doon sa bubong ng kuwebo. Hindi naman siya yung nasira. Ang nasira lang yung ventilator, yung vortex na umiikot gawa ng yero. So, in case naman madaganan siya ng mabibigat kagaya ng malaking sanga, hindi siya yung tipong nagko-collapse. Maring mayuyupi. Kasi puno siya ng reinforcement na kawayan at saka screen. I hope I answered the question.
Ayan. Thank you, sir. And it's very interesting na nakikita natin na yung mga researchers natin ay nagagamit at nakakatulong talaga sa mga farmers. Ayan. So I'll have here another question. May programa po ba para makakuha ng libreng makinarya mula sa Field Rice?
May, mahirap ko yata sagutin yon, pero hanggat maaari hinahanapan namin ng paraan. Noon meron kami nung equipment loan, balak ng division na i-revive pero nangangailangan din ng pondo. Siguro ang later on ang management siguro ang PhilRice ang makasagot talaga niyan. Pero meron po kaming kaisipan na ganon, gusto naming makarating sa target users yung mga technologies. Kailangan lang natin ng mga paraan o pondo para dito.
So, hopefully nasasagot ni Sir yung mga questions natin at mas naintindihan natin yung mga technologies na meron tayo at kung paano natin ma-adapt bilang mga farmers yung mga ganitong technologies. And so we also have here another question. Is PhilRice considering working with LGUs in promoting the carbonizer and other technologies, especially on livelihood programs they are promoting to their constituents?
Answer namin dyan, big yes. Talagang kailangan namin ng partner, lalo na sa LGU. Kasi kung napansin nyo yung carbonizer na nakikita sa video, meron kaming isang model ngayon na gawa ng concrete. So the idea is to lower down ng cost, lower down yung skill requirement na something na magagawa na ng isang sa community. Isang skilled worker sa committee na halimbawa karpentero, kaya niyang gawin ang carbonizer na yon. Hindi na kailangan hanap pa tayo ng malalaking manufacturers na mag-mass fabricate para ikalat. Although nanatili pa rin yung isang model na gawa ng metal. Kailangan namin ang partners talaga dito para ma-promote ang mga technologies at malaking tulong kung may mga maka-partner sa amin ang mga LGUs.
And so we are hoping for that collaborations with different institutions and LGUs para makarating talaga sa mga farmers yung mga technologies na dinedevelop natin. And thank you again, Sir Jorge. We have here comment and question from Sir Roberto Acosta. And thank you, Dr. Jorge, for the comprehensive presentation on mature climate-smart PhilRice technologies to help in developing resilience among farmers and their communities. May I know how is the level of adoption or adaptation for these technologies? Based on your experiences, what do you think are the barriers or facilitating factors for the scaling up and scaling wide of these technologies so that this can be benefit to a wider public? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you sa question. In the commercialization of technologies, particularly for the engineering technologies, we need to partner with those who will mass produce the technologies. Isa na dito yung mga manufacturers, farm machinery manufacturers. So ang process ngayon, we have to follow nung RA 155 wherein interested manufacturers have to license with us. So they have to undergo a certain process of licensing. So medyo hindi parang ano tawag nito. The process gets complicated. Unlike before na we only have to establish a MOA with manufacturer, and then after our evaluation, if this manufacturer will pass our requirements, they can right away mass produce. So that's one thing. Another thing is medyo kailangan din naming i-lower down ng cost noong technology because we have to cater to the needs of smallholder farmers at dito minsan nagka-problema doon sa usually walang capital si farmer eh. So yung mga smallholder farmers, and then nag-rely lang kami doon sa mga cooperatives and the help or the support of the government. Pag pag may support sa government, for example, we need to deploy or introduce ganito karaming machines, locally developed machines. Of course, we need the local manufacturers. And usually, hindi nagmamatch ito. Yung kailangan na maraming kailangan i-deploy, wala pa tayong manufacturer na ready to mass fabricate. So, medyo masalimuot. Ang nagagawa ngayon so far ng PhilRice for these new technologies, while there are no mass local manufacturers yet commercializing the technology, PhilRice muna ang gumagawa. So, medyo limited ang nagagawa natin dahil our fabrication shop has also to cater to the fabrication requirement of the researchers. So, if there is a way na mapabilisan na itong transfer ng technologies from PhilRice to the next user, ibig sabihin yung sambani na mag-mass produce to commercialize, it would help very much. Ang isa sa mga window pa tiningnan namin for these technologies that we consider as do-it-yourself type, meaning kagaya noong Kuwebo, hindi naman siya mag-follow doon usual process na may manufacturer, but we just train skilled workers in the community. And that process ay gagawin pa lang namin. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Ayan, nakita natin na importante talaga yung apart from the support of the government ay yung partnership with other industries para
Yes.
mabigay talaga natin yung or maging capable tayo na mabigay yung mga technologies natin sa mga nangangailangan ng mga farmers. Ayan, thank you, sir. We have another question from Sir Louis Valenzuela of NFA La Union. And so our mandate is to maintain sufficient rice buffer stock to be sourced solely from our local farmers. My first question is it possible to conduct hermetic storage inside the NFA warehouses?
Conduct hermit actually NFA before, during the time of when we implement the hybrid rice commercialization program, NFA has lots of hermetic storage containers, the imported ones. And hindi ko lang alam kung okay pa siya ngayon, nagagamit pa. But it helped very much in the preservation of the yung mga milled rice na nakastock sa NFA. In fact, there was a time that we borrowed few units of the hermetic storage containers from NFA for us to use it in storing seeds that we stored doon sa program. So is it very much possible. Pero ang local version, yung ginamit kasi ng NFA, that was the imported ones from supplier ay isang that was developed from, I think, Israeli technology, pero may local distributor. Ang the one developed by PhilRice has only a capacity of 1 ton, tailored to the requirements of the local seed growers. Yung sa imported ones, they are available in various capacities from 5 tons up to 150 tons, mga ganon. Malalaki, depending on the requirement.
And sir, meron po siyang second question. May study na po ba kayo if nami-minimize ang cost in pest control administration?
Yes. Yung result ng studies namin, we were using Mestizo 1 na PSB RC72 hybrid F1 seeds. We were able to maintain the quality after 1 year under hermetic storage container using the saclobe. And the germination rate of that stored seeds was statistically the same with that stored in cold storage facility And the hermetic storage, the imported hermetic storage, nasa 93% pa rin mga 90% pa rin ang germination rate. Halos hindi nagbabago after 1 year. And pest, wala kami nakitang bukbok. Kasi mamamatay talaga si bukbok pag ilagay mo sa hermetic storage. Yung iba, buhay pero inactive. They could no longer multiply.
Thank you, sir. We have here comments and question from an anonymous attendee. So they are planning to organize a cooperative in Occidental Mindoro, and they are very interested in applying this modern technology. And their LGU might also be interested. So they're asking how can they adopt these technologies?
First, siguro yon, babalik na naman tayo sa manufacturer. So, sa ngayon, wala pa tayong local manufacturer ni Saclob. Yung hermetic ba ang pinag-usapan natin dito? Hermetic storage. Okay. Kung imported, may nabibili sa market. But if they are looking for the local counterpart, yung Saclob, sa ngayon, wala pa tayong local manufacturer. But Philrice has already purchased noong pang-weld ng plastic material na yon to produce Saclob. That is being taken care of by our business development division. So nasa process ng procurement ng material. Kung nagmamadali sila, they can purchase ng imported, but for the local, maghintay. We need hindi ko pa na-follow up kung anong status ngayon. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you, sir. And hopefully, maging mabilis yung process natin para makarating talaga sa mga farmers yung ganitong technology, lalo na at maraming interested din sa mga technologies na-develop ng inyong institution, sir. Ayan. So we have here another question from Sir Elmer Caballes. So yan, salamat po.
Sorry.
So napakaganda at comprehensive po yung presentation. Ang tanong ko po, sir, is ano po ang program o roadmap ng Philrice for aerobic rice, upland rice varieties and technology development?
Pakiulit ng tanong, sorry.
Ayan. So ang question na po is ano po ang program o roadmap ng Philrice for aerobic rice or upland rice varieties and technology development?
Ito kailangan namin ng partners. Sa ngayon, binabalikan talaga namin ang aerobic rice. Sorry, lumabas ako sa kwarto kasi gusto rin makinig ng participants yung tanong, ipina-off ko kasi magdoble. So, sa ngayon, we are revisiting the aerobic rice technology. Kung napansin nyo yung may drip irrigated rice, that's part of it, may sprinkler irrigated. Kasi gusto naming mapataas ang ani. Isa sa mga weaknesses ng technology ay medyo mababa ang ani pa niya, yield per unit area, sa yield per hectare. And we are trying to increase it using our project na bar funded ngayon, kung ano yung mga pamamaraan. But we are also integrating this technology with palayamanan. Halimbawa, kung aerobic rice at kahit mababa ang anin niya, pero mapakinabangan naman ang rice straw for other enterprises like mushroom production. So, mga ganon, may integration. Rice plus other crops para ma-maximize. If halimbawa, kung ganon pa rin kababa ang ani, we may try using this special rices varieties, yung may matataas na presyo for heirloom rice, mga ganon.
Ayan. So may follow-up question po si Sir Elmer. Is there a proposal or proposal legislation to institutionalize or centralize government fabrication center or agency to cater and manufacture all the mechanization needs for rice and other commodities? as to make the machines readily available for government-funded projects and researches?
Actually, we were crafting a proposal for the establishment of the National Rice Engineering and Mechanization Center to address that kasi i-strengthen yung relationship with the center, with the local manufacturers so that these technologies can reach in the shortest time doon sa mga target users. Yun talaga ang ano ngayon ang gap yung deployment nitong technologies on the ground wherein we really need partners yung next users, manufacturers and those who can commercialize these technologies in mass in large scale.
Okay, thank you, sir. We have a follow-up comment from Sir Louis of NFA La Union about the use of hermetic storage in NFA warehouses. So he said that he's hoping that someday their agency will have partnership with your agency or office to conduct or revisit the use of hermetic storage in storing palay at NFA.
Yeah, we will surely appreciate that, welcome that idea. Pero i-revisit nila yung mga experiences noon. Although maaring sa mga milled rice yon, napaka-effective talaga ng hermetic storage sa pag-prevent ng pest. At saka kahit na siguro, lalo na sa panahon ngayon na binabagyo at natanggal yung bubong, it would help yung hermetic kahit ano siya, halimbawa malakas na bagyo at naka-hermetic storage yung mga paddy grains natin or milled rice, hindi siya mababasa kasi nakalagay siya sa sealed container. Noong panahon ng Yolanda, marami naman sanang bigas na naka-store, pero natanggal lang yung bubong ng mga NFA warehouses, so nasira din yung mga naka-store na bigas, kaya hindi rin napakinabangan. If siguro gamitin natin ito ngayon, this can be a technology to fight yung mga extreme events like strong typhoons kasi maiwasan talaga yung mga losses.
Thank you again, sir. We have another question from an anonymous attendee. So, tinatanong niya po if hindi po ba magkakaroon ng contamination pag ginawang mushroom house ang pig pen?
Okay. Wala naman siguro kasi napabuhay namin yung mushroom sa pig pen na pinanggalingan noong patubuan namin ng baboy. We were able to harvest. Siguro proof of concept pa lang yun, napabuhay namin, but we need to conduct a follow-up setup for that. Ang isang magandang nangyari, minonitor namin kasi yung temperature inside. Base sa result, mas mababa ang temperature inside kasi yung sa existing mushroom house namin. So, which is okay siya. At saka madali siyang i-add. Insert nito. Kung small holder, madali siyang i-adapt. Kung may kaya, scale up, damihan lang yung mga cubicles na yon for chambers. So, from actually hindi lang naman livestock, pwede naman yan silungan ng manok or ibang hayop sa mga panahon ng mga malalakas na bagyo. But we can easily convert it into a mushroom growing chamber in case may pandemic. Halimbawa, kagaya nung nangyari sa pig industry, ASF, nakatiwangbang lang yung mga shelter, pero dito, madali nating i-convert into something na pagkakakitaan pa rin ng farmer. So that's the idea.
Thank you, sir. So I can see here a raised hand from one of our attendees. Sir Mark Francis Lata, you have a question for Sir Dong. Sir Mark Francis.
Hello.
Hi, Sir Mark. And,
Baka nakamute?
sir, nakamute po kayo if you have question po kay sir. And siguro po napindot lang. So we have here another question from the participants. Hello po, Sir Dong. Thank you so much
Yes.
for your presentation. As an agricultural engineer and scientist, ano po yung pinaka-na-enjoy nyo sa career nyo? And ano po ang nakikita nyong future ng agricultural engineering?
Pinaka-enjoy sa career. Lahat yata eh. But isa sa pinaka-enjoyable yung tumulong sa mga farmers. Madalas kong nasabi na I'm a son of a farmer. Ako ay anak ng isang farmer. Yung bang tipong hindi naranasan ng tatay ko na farmer noon, na hindi siya natulungan ng hindi nakarating yung technical help, ay magagawa ko ngayon, and that's a big enjoyment for me. Kaya ako nakarating ngayon dito sa Mindanao eh. Kasi binibigyan ko ng priority yung mga trainings na something na later on makinabang ang mga farmers. So yung mga trainees natin ay mga young professionals from BARM, at tuwa ako the fact na naging resource person ako dito. Enjoy ako na just to share my knowledge sa kanila, kasi sina-challenge ko rin siya. Later on, babalik sila sa kanilang probinsya at magiging rice specialist sila at makatulong hindi lang sa field rice, maparami yung mga experts natin sa rice, at yun, matugunan yung mga needs natin sa ating bansa. So mga ganong activity ay talagang isang kakaibang enjoyment sa akin.
Ayan, sir.
Pangalawang tanong yung agricultural engineer. Sa mga agricultural engineers, actually napakalaki ang role ng mga agricultural engineers kasi ito yung engineering na parang ano bang term nila? Jack of all trades, master of none. Ano kasi exposed siya sa ibang engineering disciplines. Lahat ng engineering needs sa agriculture ay sasagutin ni agricultural engineer. So from that, nakikita ko malaki ang role ni agricultural and biosystems engineer.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very great advocacy of helping the farmers. And nakakatuwa, sir, na nakikita natin na nahihikayat natin yung mga young professionals to embrace yung agriculture sector natin. Ayan. So we have here another question from our Facebook viewer, Sir Joseph Sandro. Ayan. So, Sir Orhe, di ba yung binabanggit nyo na imported na hermetic storage options available now in the market ay sa Subic lang ginagawa?
Yeah, I remember. My local production plant sila sa Subic. Maganda nandyan pa siya. So, hopefully ma-reduce yung cost of production nila kasi dito na ginagawa. But I know yung material ay imported pa rin. Dito sa Saclob ay hindi ganon ka high-tech yung material na nagagamit. In fact, kaparehas yan ng tarpaulin na ginagamit sa tent, medyo makapal lang. But it served the purpose. In fact, doon sa testing ni Saclob ay umabot ng 3 years kasi ako mismo hindi naniniwala na kaya pala niyang pantayan yung performance ni imported counterpart. But okay naman. The same material, iba lang different material and sealing mechanism, pero it serves the purpose.
And thank you, sir. So for the last question for our discussion for today, from Sir Rolando de la Cruz, Sir, meron po bang training sa PhilRice about sa mga technology tulad po ng paggawa ng kuwebo? At kung meron po, paano po kaya makakapag-join?
Siguro narinig ng aming development group yung mga training needs. Yeah, gusto rin naming i-conduct. Although ang design ng kuwebo is evolving, yung continuous improvement, yung nakita niyong design noon sa yung nandiyan sa video ay may mga improvements pa kami ngayon. So we were looking at different scenarios. Halimbawa, sa isang community, to enhance bayanihan type, ma-maximize yung involve natin yung community pag-fabricate noong prefabricated part. So pwede siyang gawing livelihood project ng mga gumagawa. Parang yung hollow block, yun ang tapat. So may design kami na kaganon. Merong isa in-improve namin kasi yung sistema. Kasi what if LGU ang mag-adapt ng technology at gusto niyang siya mismo ang mag-facilitate para may magawang kuwebo sa iba-ibang communities. So using that scenario, may ginawa kaming parang mga hulmahan to speed up the process ng construction ng kuwebo. Pero very welcome namin. Inisip talaga namin yung idea ng training. In fact, we wanted also to produce mga videos or guides kung paano i-fabricate si kuwebo. Ang ano lang, fina-finalize lang namin sa ngayon.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much to all the participants and to Dr. Orhe for that very engaging discussion. Very interesting talaga yung mga nade-develop nating technology, especially for the rice industry. And I would like to thank all our scientists and researchers for having this developed technologies. And indeed, climate change cannot stop us. We will find ways to cope with the situations. All right, with that, we would like to award the Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Ricardo Orhe for being our resource speaker for today. And so allow me to read the citation. The College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines, present this Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Ricardo F. Orhe for serving as the resource speaker on the webinar entitled Climate Smart Rice Engineering Technologies during the Rice Science and Technology Webinar Series held on November 15, 2022 via Zoom. Given this 15th day of November 2022 at the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines. Signed by Elpidio M. Agbisit Jr., Dean of College of Agriculture and Food Science.
Maraming salamat. I'm honored to be part of this activity. Isang kagalakan po namin sa PhilRice mag-share din ng knowledge and what we have learned. Salamat po sa UPLB.
Again, maraming salamat po, Dr. Dong, for sharing your knowledge and technology with us. All right. So next Thursday, we will be having another episode of the Rice Science and Technology webinar series, and we will be having Dr. Ronan Zagado to give us insights on the next steps for the golden rice. We will be hoping to see you again in the next episode, and you may register through the QR code provided on your screen, or you may visit the official Facebook page of UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science for more information. And also, please do not forget to fill out the evaluation form, which you may access through the QR code posted on your screen or through the link in the chat box or comment section. To receive updates and to know more information about the upcoming events, please follow, like, and subscribe to the official Facebook page and YouTube channel of the UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science. And now, to wrap up our session and to close our program for today, let us all hear a message from the Associate Dean for Research and Extension of the College of Agriculture and Food Science, Dr. Lilia Fernando Carpuz.
All right, thank you, Kim, and good morning, everyone. It's an honor for CAPS to have Sir Dom, Dr. Ricardo Orhe this morning. So, sir, napaka dami pong tanong and I'm sure super excited ang ating mga farmers. Ano? Lalo na nandiyan kayo ngayon sa isang site or sa location nyo where you have farmers and adapters ng ating mga technologies. So decades of research and development have already produced many technological innovations such as the techniques na-share sa atin this morning ni Sir Dong on climate smart rice engineering. Nakakalungkot po minsan after typhoons manunood ka ng news tapos heartbreaking yung mga i-share ng mga farmers. So, may isang colleague ako dati, iba ang kanyang field, hindi siya sa agriculture. Sabi niya, pwede ba tayong maggawa ng hybrid or cultivar daw ng rice na 1 week lang? Sabi ko, well, it's a crazy idea pero who knows, Hindi natin alam kung anong mga pwede pang mangyari in the future. Kasi yung mga dating sci-fi sa atin ngayon, nangyayari na. Yung ginagawa ni James Bond dati, nakausap niya yung may kausap siya sa phone, sa kanyang watch, ngayon pwede na. So marami po, maraming pwedeng gawin, lalo na yung mga next generation natin ng mga young scientists which we encourage, kaya we want them to learn and be aware of the challenges and opportunities, lalo na po sa ating rice production. So I'm sure yung mga technologies po shared by Sir Dong along with other technologies from field rice have been tested and validated. And as mentioned by Sir Dong, talagang isang challenge din, not just sa field rice, even in the academe, on how we will scale up yung ating production. Kasi yung adoption, yung transfer, mabilis na kasi gustong-gusto po ng farmers na gamitin na yan. So yun, hopefully our policy makers eventually can help us on this part, yung production. Kasi hindi yan ang mandate ng ating mga institutes, ng ating mga agencies. Okay, so yan po yung gusto rin nating iparating through this endeavor, yung ating mga webinar series. So again, maraming salamat po Sir Dong for sharing your expertise and yung passion nyo to help farmers this morning. So thank you din po to our field rice colleagues, sa ating coordinators, kina Miss Joy, and sa lahat po ng organizers din dito sa ating part sa CAPS sa UPLB, led by our Dean, Dr. Elpidio Agbisit. And ang ating opening remarks kanina, kapareho pa ng nickname ni Sir Dong, si Dr. Amado Angeles. We also call him Sir Dong. Nagkataon po na siya din ang ating facilitator this morning, ang D3 for this episode. So also thank you to our ad hoc committee sa RICE team dito sa CAPS, with our co-chair, Dr. Lenny Bueno, kay Miss Kim Suministrado, our MC and moderator today, and our angels behind the Zoom screen, sina Kat, Arthur, Rachel, and the whole na team natin sa RICE. So, thank you po sa ating participants and see you next episode ng ating series sa Thursday for another engaging and mga motivating na mga talks natin. So thank you po, ingat po lahat, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Right,
Yes,
thank you
Kim?
very much, Dr. Leah. Again, the evaluation link or the evaluation form can be found on the chat box or comment section. So you can access that. And we would like to thank again all the participants who joined us today. And of course, our resource speaker, Dr. Dong Orhe. All right, and that concludes our third episode of the webinar series on rice science and technology. We would like to acknowledge the people behind this event, the webinar series committee, and congratulations for the success of this episode. And again, we would like again to thank all the participants for joining us today. We hope na marami kayong natutunan at marami pa kayong matututunan sa mga susunod na episode. All right. I would like to greet everyone a happy National Rice Awareness Month. We should never forget that for us, who is a rice-dependent country, there will be no season that we won't be needing rice. That is why we, all of us, every individual, should always be responsible to help all our farmers in our nation in achieving our goal of becoming rice self-sufficient country. Again, this is Kim Suministrado, and we hope to see you again on the upcoming events. Thank you very much, everyone.
A 112 years ago, the UP Board of Regents had a vision to develop their true firstborn college that will spearhead national development through agriculture. At the foot of Mount Makiling, Edwin B. Copeland, together with 7 faculty and 12 students, embarked on the journey to create the UP College of Agriculture, or UPCA. Through its 112 years of existence, the college has produced over 1,000 technologies and variety of plants and animals, 9 national scientists, over 30 outstanding young scientists, and more than 18,000 graduates contributing to agricultural development. UPCA, now College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, has been continuously contributing to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension function. A mere 10 years after establishment, the college was able to start breeding works with the production of sugarcane varieties with high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and Philippine cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace